the teachers union, 5 million members strong.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
This group is mad at me.
We are here to demand an apology from 2020's John Stossel.
That was years ago after I did a 2020 special called Stupid in America. I said kids learn less mostly because public schools are a government monopoly and government monopolies don't serve their customers well. But my show also criticized the teachers union and its 200 pages of rules, and that brought out the protesters.
So just teach for a week.
Noah Gottbaum agrees with them. He's a New York Public School Board member and the son of a big-time union leader. Jeannie Allen agrees with me. She runs a group that supports charter schools. So, Jeannie, is Parasites fair?
I think Parasites is incredibly fair. To stand in the way every time there's a great charter school created or a great charter school law created, like they're doing just even today in Massachusetts, let alone this month in New York.
Well, lots of places here in New York, too. You would stand in the way of more charter schools, right?
Absolutely, 100%. I actually believe that the charter schools are the parasites. They're skimming off billions of dollars from our public school system.
How?
Totally unregulated. How?
Serving public school children.
How?
Public school children.
They get less money.
They don't get less money.
Educate the same kids.
That's a myth. They don't get less money. IBO report, you look at it, they now get more money.
70% less. But how are they skimming off public schools, Noah?
How are I'll tell you exactly
but hold on. How are they skimming off public schools when charter schools are public schools serving children who, by being part of the public, are getting educated? It's amazing.
Wrapped with fraud.
Wow.
Self-dealing. You know this goes on.
Wow.
This goes on everywhere. You've heard it all over.
I wish you would bring us this data, and I will investigate it. I don't believe you.
You know, 6,400 charter schools across the country, 2.5 million children, 4 million adults involved in the creation of these schools, of which the vast majority are public school teachers, public school trained leaders, people who left a system which everyone agrees across the political spectrum is not working, particularly for brown and black children, right?
But
so all across this country,
in
the
your
successes
ideal,
are amazing.
If you were in charge, you're king.
Right.
They would be government-run, all of them, and union schools, paid more per kid.
We need to invest in our public schools.
How much do you want them to invest? How much per kid?
You want to know something? The courts in New York State alone and across the country have said we are not funding.
How much do you want per kid? They're spending in New York $20,000 per kid.
This is about whether we give teachers, the freedom to do what everyone else, every other employee has, which is to voluntarily join up with a school where their quality of life and their ability to teach kids is paramount. That's why teachers become teachers.
Charter schools,
to be able to have
where they don't have to join a union.
Where they don't have to listen to stupid rules like you are not permitted to go into the cafeteria. You are not permitted to stay after school and tutor children. Union stewards like your dad send them home when they overwork.
Silly.
That's ridiculous. That's why your idea of parasites, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, the idea that anyone would want to go after schools, no matter what they are, private schools, homeschools, charters, is ridiculous.
Okay, we just had an audit from the state controller here. Looked at 60 charter schools. 57 out of 60, 95%, were mismanaged.
Bunk.
We just had a study from the Center for Popular Democracy. $54 million in fraud in 2014 alone.
Bias.
They are totally unregulated. Now, what do we want?
That's biased.
We want investment in our public schools.
But it's $400,000 per classroom. I could hire 5 great teachers for that. What are you doing with the money?
The charters are not doing any better.
They are doing better.
They're not doing better. The results.
Better.
If you want choice,
what do you do for the children today?
What do you do for the children today? You do exactly what the unions are calling for. You decrease class size.
Did you choose to send your child to the school?
You decrease class size. You hire experienced teachers that teach for America. You have a broad curriculum. Okay?
You have tenured teachers in the classroom for 30 years.
You have services in your school.
All right, we're too much into argument here. I was stunned to see that your union started a school in New York City. We can do better, they said. And they did horribly. They're one of the worst schools. How did that happen?
Well, I can't argue for a UFT charter school because UFT and the teachers are really focused on our public schools, thank goodness. 97% of the kids go to public schools.
When the teachers union showed up outside my office to protest my Stupid in America show, they said I needed to be educated.
So just teach for a week. We got high schools, we got elementary schools.
The crowd liked the idea of me teaching for a week.
Teach, teach, teach.
So I said, okay. I don't think they expected that. I understand teaching's hard, but I was game to try it and show how hard it is and let the chips fall where they may. But the union then showed its true colors. It did what bureaucratic parasites often do. They demanded endless meetings. They discussed where I should teach, what I should teach. Finally, they decided, no, we're not going to allow you to teach. And no, this is the bureaucracy that's part of the union and government.
Call it the bureaucracy. It is exactly what parents want and what teachers want. For example, the unions are the only ones fighting for smaller class sizes. The unions are fighting for experienced teachers.
The issue is, do we help the great teachers of America? Great teachers make great schools. Do we provide
them? The great teachers could make $250,000 a year if there were
absolutely
a market.
And they want to. And what teachers want is they want the freedom and flexibility that charters and policies that charters afford them provide.
You're telling us, Jeannie is telling us what teachers want. Teachers join unions.
No, they don't.
And what they want,
they're mandated.
Unions are set
they're
up.
Required by law.
They work in this or that school. They have to join
They are required by law.
Even some Democrats now acknowledge charter schools often are an improvement, and some government-run schools are lousy. Last month, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo called teachers' unions a selfish industry, more interested in members' rights than students' needs. He's your Democrat leader here.
Yeah, and he's also beholden completely to the charter school lobby. $2 million in donations from the charter school lobby.
You know what? If you want your state and your city to continue to be at the bottom of the barrel for student achievement, go for it.